Guys, welcome and hello everyone for another episode of testing for tomorrow's Virtual Endurance Championship race, guys. Tomorrow, the 4 hours of Silverstone. I'm trying to have a little bit better conduction compared to Tuesday or Wednesday when we did the first laps. As we have lots of work ahead of us. In fact, we are going to start with a long run straight away, but let me... It's great when you have been reading news and then the news page is like changing the stupid ads every now and then, so you get like a trigger on the right all the time. So I had to minimize the browser to try. Anyway, guys, Silverstone. Setup issues that we had. And we're not going too much about one lap pace now. I'm more interested in long run performance straight away. You guys remember that we struggled, particularly in the turn that we just went through. Copse corner, also Stowe with that entry understeer, on throttle oversteer. And the intriguing thing is, it is alright on the outlap, of course, but once the tire deck kicks in, it's getting significantly worse. So we need to find a solution for that tonight. Be somewhat ready with it for the race. Brake bias is a big thing still. Generally speaking, the rear end's swinging around. It's like too much of an issue for me, really. Ironically, I think the one lap pace is kind of getting kind of alright at the minute. Like the runs that I did on Wednesday evening have been kind of promising on that note. And already I can feel it, like I turn in, the front end tires, it's just like soap. Marvin, this car is not good anywhere. Now, of course, it's not a Ferrari, but I'm also not expecting it to be a Ferrari, but I would expect it to be a car that is reasonably to drive. But as you can see, oversteer, understeer, any steer, I can't even slow down the car enough. It's amazing. Wow, the car nearly spins even in these situations. Simply keeps over-rotating. But anyway, I want to have some comparability, so I'm not just going to do this one lap. We're also going to do 3 or 4 laps. Maybe even more. I need to put some filter for the exit curbs there. Car just... It doesn't start gripping up on the rear axis, which to me is a major concern. You know, it's like it starts forklifting in literally every possible moment, and that's just unpredictable at some point. Understeer into the first turn, locking up the fronts even. Yeah, okay, I don't think I need to go on much longer here. So, what we're going to do is then reduce. Put more toe. And see if that does the job. Hey Nick Mora, how are you doing, man? So now I probably have extensive understeer in low speed turns, which is something I don't want to have at all, but probably need to deal with. Nick Mora, I'm alright. It's weekend time, right? It's just probably, I have to admit that I haven't got the biggest desire to drive tonight, because we're going to be driving tomorrow, which is the reason why I'm driving tonight, but yeah, generally speaking, not really motivated to do a lot of laps right there. But oh well, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Liminal thoughts, hello. So I've now lowered the rear end in order to try to get the rear axis a little bit more grippy. Generally speaking, like exactly in these turns, that when I turn around into turns, block, that we don't have the rear end swinging around that violently all the time. Ironically, it seems like low speed turns haven't really suffered too much of the performance here. Although, once again, this is just one lap and maybe I'm just hitting it perfectly right now. I can't wait for the understeer I may encounter into high speed turns here. Actually, I expected worse. In fact, I expected much worse. Well, that's interesting. I'm actually surprised. The car's magically just quicker. And the high-speed performance hasn't changed a single bit. Which makes absolutely no sense, because I should understeer even harder now. But in fact, the car's literally alright. Probably can even go lower with the rear still. As you can see that the car is over-rotating on throttle regardless. Which is something that can be fixed with lowering the rear end even further. Maybe bringing the anti-roll bar down in the back if it's still a possibility. No, I did not increase the wing yet. Only lower the rear right height. Yeah, rear is still sliding around a bit. I'm not sure if this is where the rear wing could come into place. Oh, yes. Clusio, thank you for letting me know. We're gonna fix that as soon as we're parked in the pits. Thank you so much for making me aware. Are we fixing the Twitch channel first? Alright. Well, should be fixed now. See how that goes. Clusio, I can absolutely imagine. RF2 fan or F123 fan? Or you just had to look what I'm doing on rFactor 2 and F123 at the same time, I guess, right? Good boy. Right call. Luzio, thank you so much for your tier 1 sub. Appreciate it. Yeah, much appreciated, buddy. That is big support indeed. Rear is a bit more stable now into high-speed exits. Guess the rear wing clearly helping here. That is big on the steer though. So I guess the ARB was the right call. Just a question now, how do we make up for the loss of rotation, loss of momentum? Like this is the killing understeer. I certainly don't want to have. But here probably an open diff could work. Oh, I don't know. Since we've skipped the Daytona 24 hours, I think we're pretty far down the order. Championship. Like out of top 10 or so. Here is understeer, clearly. Onto the apex. Well, what do you think of Le Mans Ultimate apart from that it's released too early now and the 2024 season? Yeah, then in hindsight you could say that F1 23 is also outdated in that regard. Okay. Let's go with the extreme one. Have a good one, Marvin. Bye bye. Take care. Clusio depends on what kind of car you're looking at. If you're a hypercar, then yeah, the standard setups are quite understeery, but anything oversteery might just instantly kill you. So, guess it's fine. Yeah, but the GTE are just extremely oversteery, I think. Like from their general, what they are, how they are set up and stuff. Ah. It's better, but it doesn't seem to be necessarily faster. Effect seems being slower. Are all dumpers OP? Box. Check the dumpers. And actually check the pit entry. Okay. So, that seems not too bad. God knows if it's a dumper thing. But I just assume it was. Because otherwise the dumpers would have never made sense that I raced with. So they better be good. Oh, sorry. High sensitivity to steering input, you mean? So you want the steering to be direct and the rear not too loosey, yeah? Hey Ayrton, how you doing, buddy? What else did we change? The diff. Hey, closed diff be actually better? Question mark. Awesome to hear, Ayrton. Great to hear you got a blast with it. That's what we all want to hear, right? Hmm? Wow. Look what dumpers can actually do on rFactor 2. That is crazy. Like a completely different car now. And with completely different, I mean actually awesome. 42209. That is a PB. Box, save the setup. Is a good one. Well, not sure if it's good, but it's much better for the moment. Now we need to see whether it actually holds up a long run. Notsky, I have to be completely honest. If I would be able to explain why these exact dampers are working better than what everyone thinks is best, which is like all soft, then I would have already explained the dampers. I've done a dampers explaining video actually on rFactor, was it 2? I think it was on rFactor 2, 2016, just need to look it up on my YouTube channel. So that puts P2 on the leaderboard. Still 3/10 of Arius Andre, high in the 41s. Oh, that's just insane. Then, can I see a high 41? I mean, if I really care about lap time and just go full sends, it's just 2 or 3% more push, but it's potentially possible. Don't get me wrong though, like I'm happy with that current outing. So target is to do 1 hour. So what we're quickly checking, 60 times 60 divided by, well, we're going to lap 103.5 as an average, I assume. So 35 laps we need. 120, so 3.43 liters allowed, which is what we're actually just burning. Interesting. See how long we can make this. Target is 36 laps then or so. Not at this pace though, of course. Let's pepper pray that this setup is working goody in the long run. Actually, if we're lucky, we're gonna get a clean lap in here, so maybe we're gonna just try sending it again. Not optimal doesn't help, but... Well, actually, that's half a tenth. Yeah, of course I F it up. Too late on the brakes. Stupid angle over the bumps. What am I doing? Never mind. We can do low 42, that is good enough. We want to take more care about the long run now anyway. Just didn't want to start a long run with a spin on the tires, as you can imagine. Conclusio, if everything goes well, we go finally on a long run for a good hour. To at least have a little bit of tire data. But I think it's a pretty straightforward 3-stop race. Double stint twice. Back to normal content. What do you mean normal content? The F123, no, not normal content. Well, I was invited to some community event. Guy always invites the people on a Thursday, so I was like, yeah, got nothing else to do, let's just do it. Yeah, it's fine. Genuine question is obviously absolutely justified. So back to normal pace as well, 8/10 off. Gate. Again, it's not really about just the pace, which we'll obviously see in a bit anyway, but it's more about how do the tires behave, how is the balance evolving throughout the stint, how is fuel consumption looking. It's interesting, there's so many tracks where I desperately tried to run this car for an hour. And apparently nowhere really worked without like an absolute mega stretch. And then for this track though, it seems like it's like flat out push is literally exactly what you need for 35 laps. Just literally exactly an hour, including the pit stop. at the pace of 43.5. So if it's 44, it's probably going to be even. Fuck's sake. What the hell was that then? Box, we are analyzing. Well, quite clear sudden loss of talent. Got questions to that model here. Eh? Feels like there's a hole in the curb. Look how the rear tire is just bumping down. What? Or is that the front scrubbing over? Getting onto the curb. Probably it's the front. It's the front going onto the curb, going up, pushing the rear down. No, in iRacing that Cody would have had damage on the car. That doesn't look good indeed. It just shows how broken that Vanwall is. Any other car would have exploded. But this car, tire completely inflated. Let's face it, the fact that we spin is probably just perfectly right. Anyway, back to business. So we wanna reach lap 60. Maybe we can finally do it. There is a stupid bump on the inside as well. Needs to be taken into consideration. Both high-speed turns have a weird bumpiness in approach to the turn. Completely different. You cannot compare this Vanwall to the Vanwall and Le Mans Ultimate. And since you can compare the Vanwall and the more Ultimate to the other hypercars, there is literally no comparability possible. These bumps gonna easily send you extremely wide, I think. Rear end has still a little bit of swinginess on exit of high speed turns, but I think that is manageable at this stage. Bigger issue is that I keep missing apexes. Stowe corner. I guess we just have to deal with that. Tires are not great. Balance is not great in the long run. But that's just the car. Perhaps minimally you could do something with the setup, but at the same time I assume you would have to rebuild the setup in a complete bad way. It's so funny. The first lap, grind onto the curb and ground so badly because tires seemingly not touching the ground or not inflated enough. And now you're already on the air balloons. And then they bump on the grass, making it completely loose. And I think you can see it on every corner exit, like cars rotating on the rear. It's proper forklifting. And I actually have not really a solution to it. Like, you could probably crank up front anti-roll bar even further. That would completely kill the 1 lap pace, but will make the car a lot more stable, predictable in the long run. But then I would assume even that the stiff anti-sway in the front, it wouldn't stop the rear from rotating the way it rotates. It would probably just create more general understeer of the car. GSI Formula Pro, or like some GSI wheel, because they are in the sim racing market, I think, way more established as Fanatec and have a way better quality record as well. I think even track limits could be a real issue in that race. Right hand side eye is really going crazy right now. Burning, itching. Really annoyed by it. Completely missed the entry. These tires though, it's no fun at all. Complete hot air balloons. The amount of time you're losing everywhere compared to cold and fresh tires is absolutely mental. You have less traction, less grip, less cornering speed, less braking performance. Like really, really less, you know. .45 How slow you wanna be? Me? Yes, absolutely. Man, I'm rally style through turn 1 and 2. Because the car's like literally skidding around. I mean, you can kinda get used to it to a certain extent. But there's no neglecting the fact that it just feels so bad. Like, you know, I turn in and all I'm doing is like I'm reacting to the rear. I hope that you guys can somewhat see that here on the stream, what I'm describing to you. And then the balance as soon as you go into the throttle completely changes despite any traction control that the car obviously has. Yeah. You turn in. I mean, some would say this is probably right in the way it should be, but between braking, coasting and accelerating, the car is completely changing its behavior. Obviously now some guys will come around and say this makes total sense because you're putting different G-forces onto the car and stuff. But you know what I mean. It is... You turn in, the rear swings around, you coast, the car understeers, you go on throttle, the car starts oversteering again. Wonder how beneficial it is, and also how easy it is not to overheat the tires. But then again, race is tomorrow already, so no really experimenting possible anymore. And it's also fine, you know, the pace is just going to be enough for top 5, maybe even top 3. Just about the fun, really. I love racing here at Silverstone. Love the track. But it's killing tires, overheating tires and so on, but generally speaking a bit fan of the track. Old F1 Silverstone track, by the way, is the first ever race done on rFactor 1 19 years ago. It's actually crazy when I think about it, being 31 years old and then imagining that I have this hobby, doing this for more than half of my life. It's just absolutely crazy. Actually almost doing it more than two-thirds of my life. See when we will be stopping this. But I might even be afraid. My girlfriend might be even afraid. Real racers never quit, right? That's what they say in Team Redline. And I may agree on it. So guys, I hope you all had a great week and having an even greater weekend. Tomorrow 12:20, 12:15ish, we are going to be live then with the stream qualifying and 4-hour race here in the Virtual Endurance Championship. Hope to see you guys there on the stream. Will be a double stint for us in the beginning. Crazy, 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 crazy. Ooh, yeah. What an absolutely lovely traction control this car has. Useless is describing it best, I guess. Yeah, after that spin, the rear tires be like... That's how the tires be like. Complete hot air balloons. I don't even know how to describe it really. It's like the rear tires get so stiff that they are absolutely unable whatsoever to transfer lateral grip. Look how much I'm forklifting, like a turn into the turn. And the rear's just floating. Just floating all the freaking time. But again, I don't think you can really counteract that with the setup thing. It just doesn't make sense. Just tires are at 120 degrees, so I know, yeah, they would be like, Mitchy, stop sliding that rear. It's like this. Yeah, I know. My driving style doesn't really help the case. But besides blaming the driving style, car is what it is. Tires are what they are. Horrendously bad. And then, yeah. Yeah, there is no other way around, like, find a way to make the car less slide in the back. Even if that means if we're crap slow in lap 1 and 2. Like massive understeer, 2 seconds off the pace, whatever. Might be the only way to get this car to work. Because right now, and we're just like 14 laps into the stint. Let me try and do in a lap free of major mistakes. Car, it really drives like a boat, where the front end is heavily loaded. Like you turn in and the rear end just swings around it. And I wonder if the other teams are losing that much performance as well. I mean, again, it kind of makes sense as it is Silverstone. Tire killing track. Traffic doesn't help the comparison, but anyway, what I'm trying, the point that I'm trying to raise is that at this stage, with the conditions that we encounter on the car, we're probably 3 seconds off the 1 lap pace. I mean, I got the same confidence on the car tomorrow that I got today, which is like enough to fight it on every exit. I mean, just look at it. Through most of the turns, I'm giving the direction before the apex, and then I go what is called neutral steering through the turn, just sliding the rear. Maybe that initial reaction can be fixed setup wise, like with the stronger anti-roll bar or some stuff. No, there's not really anything you can do. And those S's and the traffic hits. Twenty more laps on this fuel tank. Almost halfway through the stint. .45.0, yeah. That is exactly 3 seconds off the 1 lap pace. Or lap 1 pace. 3 seconds. I mean, it's a high speed track. It needs mechanical grip everywhere. And since these tires are so bad, especially corner combinations becoming extremely slow. And unfortunately in Silverstone there is literally only corner combinations. There's not a single turn apart from cops and stow. Anything else is really a corner combination here. And additionally, I think I'm locking front, but yeah, I don't know guys, don't you see this? Every time I turn into such a king, the rear just swings around. Like here, it's a 4-wheel drift. Close to neutral steering all the time. And yeah, it's the fastest way around the circuit. But I'm afraid Thomas can't drive the car like that. I just need to get the data in though, so that I have at least some idea what's going on. I'm actually completely puzzled, like, how high do we need to put the traction control for the car actually to just drive? Is that even possible? What a GT3 train ahead. Yeah, mate, you do a mistake, you almost spin off, and then you simply turn in. Damage front right. Yeah, there's a lot of things that will be huge pain tomorrow. Back tire wear is that high? I'm not even sure whether you can single stint or double stint the tires such. Okay, you know what, guys? I just finished this here. You probably have this defined as a qualifying setup, because that is what the car actually can do, or setup actually can do. So save that race queue, and then I don't know. I'll give it 2 more clicks front anti-roll bar, couple of clicks more toe. Maybe even 2 or 3 clicks more camber in the rear. And we give it another try. So I want to get rid of that stupid rear end sliding, you know. Understeer. Crazy. But okay, this is what I said, right? It's the second lap, even though it's first lap. First 2, 3, 4 laps might be extremely bad to drive, but then maybe drivability turns out to be better. Or, which would be even more awesome, like, you understeer everywhere, but on top of that understeer is coming the same unpredictable oversteer, which makes it just slight wider than we did before. I sincerely hope this is not the case. Yeah, but the car is just from a base pace, let's say 3, maybe 4 tenths off. Yeah, I guess 3 tenths. Ah, now the rear starts showing his true face. Nice one. There is a dead tire. Interesting. What are these guys doing? It's once again one day before the race, and okay, I mean I've wrecked one car or two as well, but like same as every time, everyone keeps wrecking big time. And you know, I'm like one of the guys with the least practice around. Yeah, perfectly sums up the car. Anyway, what we're going to do is 2 more laps. Then we park the car, save the set. And with 2 more laps, I mean 2 more competitive laps. Because despite things, the car is much more stable in the back, which will make it particularly more easy for Thomas to drive it. But yeah, we have finally have we got back the balloons in the rear. Forgot that the car doesn't lose its rear wing. But I literally achieved what I wanted. I wanted to lit up the rears once, so the temperature and pressures are rising, so that I can see how does the car behave. Yep, Walker, all for the scientific approach. Because I need to see if the car and especially the rear tires are recovering from that condition. And the answer to that seems not really. I can't believe how much I'm annoyed by those teams that do their endurance racing being right behind each other. Yep, so rule number 1, at all costs never slide the rear. Car is just same bad as on the other setup. As much as the rear tire temperatures come down again, pressure does not. And that just creates incredible rear end balloons. We're able to have a look into that data-wise. Pretty sure. Just 1 or 2 more laps, then we're gonna have a quick look into that data. I can't even do pace comparison because traffic. But you guys see that the rear end is just forklifting around like so bad. Altered Hybrid, hello and welcome. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to do with the setup really, like it's... You don't want to drive like me right now, I think. Karma, thank you for the follow. Much appreciate. Welcome to the stream. Where is tire pressures? Oh yeah, there you can actually see it quite well. Can't see that at all. Yeah, this is where the tire pressure balance changes from where it seems to be 49% to the front all the time. It actually goes 48%, which means higher pressures at the rear. And we're coming slowly back towards it. But effectively, you see, this is the entire tire ballooning that we are fighting. And it peaks at lap 7 or 8. So I think there's not really something that we can do regarding that tire temperature, tire pressure issue. It's like, it becomes even more apparent. Yeah. Then I think lap 12 is where we have our Spinala. Yep, 201. And like, you know, when we come out of the pits, it's obviously 50th. The balance is same. Then the rear gets more inflated and more inflated. It's about stepping stone 49%. Then we have the spin. And ever since, it actually comes back, but the only thing what we could try for the race, for the actual race, is increasing the front tire pressures by 5 clicks, 4 clicks. That would bring the tire pressure in a certain range. That might be something I'll try tomorrow. Let's see. Maybe it's a learning effect. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your time. Appreciate you watching us. Hope you've enjoyed the stream a little bit. Data is... yeah, I mean, it's telling what I already know, right? So basically just proving what I think is the issue. Anyway, guys, we're gonna have a raid to some... Actually, to some Assetto Corsa with Raggy. If I have a guess, he's probably live on some Nordschleife right now. Guys, give him a follow, give him a shout out. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great weekend. See you tomorrow, 12:15 for the 4 hours of Silverstone, guys. Bye bye.